why are we scared to ask questions sometimes in the middle of pain like that, or in the middle of church pain, in the middle of the thing that's happening right now, even in the middle of watching a show and something shows on the TV and you go, that kind of reminds me of something that happened at middle school. Never mind.
Yeah.
Why are we afraid to ask questions sometimes?
I think there's two reasons. I mean, there are more, but I think mainly there are two reasons. One is fear. Because what is on the other side of that question?
Yeah.
What happens
What
if
unravels?
What unravels? What happens when I pull that thread?
Yes.
And that's a real thing, especially when you have grown up. Speaking about, religion, if you've grown up evangelical, if you've grown up in the church, if you've grown up and you've kind of I like to say, pickled in the brine of evangelicalism, those questions, you almost come to earth with all of your questions answered, quote unquote.
Yes.
There is a reason for everything. You've got everything settled. And to pull on that, or as I told my spiritual director, I feel like I'm walking on an iced over lake. And I don't, what's going to break? What's going to be the thing that puts me in the river?
Yeah.
And so I think there's that fear. And then I also think there's the possibility of isolation. Yeah. And nobody wants to be.
It is sad when you write about that in the book.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, because I think there are some people who honest questions they're not ready for them. Mm-hmm. And they're not ready for the idea that, you ask a question that may or may not be within the bounds of what everyone has agreed on in a certain, small group or church or, faith community, whatever. And that is scary to people. And so immediately you find yourself on the outside.
Yes.
And that is part of why I think faith exploration can be so lonely.
Yes.
And it is because part of it's personal, but a lot of it is that isolation of I was with these people. I started asking a question that made everyone uncomfortable, and now I'm out. Mm-hmm. And I think that happens a lot because people are afraid.
Yes.